What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a look at a bunch of cool stuff that's coming for the One Piece TCG. There's a bunch of weird things coming, and things that I don't think you're expecting. What? Why is that Shanks leader looking weird? We'll get to that. First, I want to talk about something which I'm probably not going to go to, but I really want to. Japan Expo in Paris, which is happening from July the 3rd to July the 6th in, shockingly enough, Paris. And there's a bunch of cool stuff going on there. They are giving away demo decks. It is the OP01 Red-Green Luffy that we've been having for a while. They're giving away Promo 41 Luffy, which is obviously the French version. This is in Paris. That's not terribly exciting. What is far more exciting is Promo 75 Luffy. This is a much more fun card, because it looks like it's got a different finish on here. It looks a bit more golden. It's kind of awesome. I really like this. Now, to be fair, anytime you can go and get a couple of different promos is cool. Obviously, the demo deck and the Promo 41 Luffy are for taking part in a trial session. And then this other Luffy, the Promo 75, it's just a giveaway. Oh, there's a One Piece logo sticker as well. There we go. A One Piece logo sticker is coming in as well. I kind of love this. I'm in London the day after this starts, so I could go a day early and get the Eurostar and go to Paris to go to Japan Expo. I think it's probably a terrible idea, and I definitely shouldn't do it. But I also really, really want to. But this is going on over in Paris. If you want to join in, wonderful news, you totally can. Now, there is something else going on if you're not in France, but you are anywhere near Anime Expo. Wow, we got you covered as well. Anime Expo is happening the same weekend, but instead of being in Paris, it is in LA. And here we've got the same demo deck being given out for a trial session, but it's not matched with a promo card. And then the giveaway is the OP09 alternate art chopper, the Odyssey chopper, and then again that same logo sticker. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, I will concede, this chopper has cool alternate art. If you've not got it, it's awesome. I think Paris is getting the better end of the deal here. I think Paris is winning the giveaway round. Just putting that out there, I think Paris has done pretty well. But both of these events are going on. If you're anywhere near these events, might I suggest heading on down, because these are going to be cool. If you've got the promo cards or you don't want them, then fine. But this seems fun. And look, I'm going to tell you what I always tell you. Even if you aren't going, even if you don't live anywhere near Paris or LA, if you can't go along to either of these, that's not really the point. The point here is that the One Piece card game keeps going. And not in a kind of like a, hey, people keep buying it kind of way. In a Bandai are constantly pushing it kind of way. We've got the LA Dodgers promo coming up. That is another way where Bandai are trying to get people that wouldn't necessarily play the One Piece TCG to get hyped about playing or collecting the One Piece TCG. Well, they're going along to essentially any expo which they think might get some new people in. They're going along to this as well, and I adore this, because I love the One Piece TCG. I cover it on this channel, I play, I cast, I do all sorts for One Piece. I want it to keep going forever, and Bandai are showing so much faith in it, and I love it. This makes me very happy. But what if you're new? What if you want to learn to play the game? And what if you live in Japan? Well, wonderful news, ladies and gentlemen. Wonderful news. Because we've got a Learn to Play event, which is coming up over in Japan. And it's coming with something that, to be blunt, we've not seen before. It's literally called Learn to Play Class. And it's got a nice little splash advert thing with Luffy and all of that. And there's a bunch of stuff that you can get there. So the best Don, and I've said this and I mean it sincerely, the best Don It's the Egghead Island Luffy suit. Love it. That's being given away as participation. Card storage box. That's being given away for participation. We've got the paper playmats for the set of 6 starter decks. That is being given away. And then we've also got things like Promotion Pack Volume 7 and Standard Battle Pack Volume 11. Lot of cool stuff being given away. But what I think is the coolest thing, and the thing that's caught my eye the most here, are the demo decks. Because I told you that over in LA and Paris, we're getting the same Luffy starter deck. I mean, when I went to the opening, I was the first person that went to the first official One Piece store in Europe. It was at Gateshead, up in the north of England. And it was early enough that I bought super pre-release starter decks. And I played with this Luffy starter deck. That should tell you how long that one's been going around. Well, over these Learn to Play classes in Japan, they've got new starter decks. And there's a little bit of text there in a little bit of a box that says very clearly, these leaders are not legal for tournament play. It says you're not allowed to use them in official tournaments. Which then makes me think, well, hang on a second. Why? Why can't you use these in official tournaments? Well, let's start off with the Shanks here. That's the manga head Shanks. That is the alternate art. That is the manga head Shanks. And this isn't like confirmed, but I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the way it is. There is absolutely no way that is the proper textured foiled version like you would pull out of a booster pack if you were exceptionally lucky. Because there's no way Bandai would spend extra money doing that to make a demo deck. That makes no sense at all. Why would anybody do that? That doesn't make sense. They would want to print these cheaply because they're demo decks that they're giving out to people. So this is going to be a non-hollow, non-textured version of Manga Head Shanks. How cool is that? As far as I'm concerned, very, very cool. So I'm sitting down here having a good old look, comparing the leader to the old version, and it is just mono red, 5,000 power, 5 life, and looks like the same leader to me. And to be honest with you, here's the Japanese version of the leader. Even if you don't read Japanese even a tiny bit, you can just look and see that the symbols are the same. So no, this is the exact same leader. No difference whatsoever in terms of mechanics. But they've given us a non-hollow version of the alternate art. That is bizarre to me. Absolutely bizarre to me, ladies and gentlemen. I kind of love it. And I also really want it. And even going a little bit further, I'm not sure this is a good thing. Because I really want this now. Like, this has become a really cool collectible because it is a non-hollow version of the alternate, I'm assuming non-hollow, non-textured. I'd be stunned if it wasn't. But it's like a different version of this really cool alternate art Shanks card. So I refuse to believe for a second that people aren't going to want this and be after it. But it's a demo deck. We don't want demo decks to be things that people are rushing to try and get hold of. We want them to be things that are given out to new players to learn to play the game, where experienced players go, I'll be honest with you, that demo deck is bulk to me, I don't want it. That's what we want. Now, the other one here is the Starter Deck 21 Luffy, and I'm going to just start putting the Japanese version on the screen next to the demo deck version. And I don't see any difference here. I don't see any difference between the demo deck version and the version we got in Starter Deck 21. This seems exactly the same. We've got the same art. We've got the same power. We've got the same life. However, here's a photo of the leader that was shared by the official site. Oh, this was also textured. Yes. Yes, it was. And that's kind of the point here, because even though this is just the regular art, it was still textured in the starter deck, so it is again a different version of the card. It is the non-textured and foiled version. And again, I refuse. Now, I don't think it's actually been confirmed on the website. I couldn't see any mention of it. But again, there's no reason why Bandai would spend the extra money to print textured and foiled versions of these leaders that they're going to be giving out at Learn to Play events. That just doesn't make any sense. So this is why they've got that little note on there saying not legal for tournaments, because they are essentially different exclusive versions of them, and maybe this is part of their way of trying to make them a bit less sought after, because they can't be played in tournaments, or maybe it's just a way of going, especially with the Shanks, well, we don't want to devalue the alternate art by giving a cheap version of it that people can go and pick up at these Learn to Play events. But either way, I want these now. They have now given us these cards which they are different versions. And you can look at them and go, Wassy, they're non-holo, non-textured versions. They are just worse versions of the cards. Yeah, maybe. And if that's your opinion, that's absolutely fine. In fact, I think probably the vast majority of people would agree that the foil textured versions are better. But I'm just saying we got exclusive versions of these leaders now, which only exist as starter deck leaders or trial deck leaders. And I'm telling you, that's pretty cool, and that has piqued my interest. But I've told you everything you need to know now, so now it's over to you guys. Tell me if you're going to be getting along to any of these events, picking up any of these promos. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Get us! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at @TheWassy. That's where we talk about One Piece and a bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wassy Plays.